Well, he was at USC for 9 years after being an assistant at Pepperdine. And in that time, I'm sure Tim Nollan had chances to go other places, and he decided to take the job as the head coach at Grand Canyon, which represents a whole bunch of different challenges, all good ones. And Tim Nollan joins me from Phoenix. And why did you take that job? And why, over the course of time, did you stay at USC as long as you did?
USC was a great place for me. It was a place I like to call home. I was an alum. My parents are alum. I'd been around that campus since I was a toddler. I had a great mentor in Mick Haley there who I got to learn a lot from. I thought the administration was great. And to be honest, when you're winning a lot, it's hard to leave and go anywhere. They took great care of me, and I felt like I was learning and still developing my career every year. When I decided to make this jump to Grand Canyon, a lot of it was based on the dream and the vision that the athletic director Mike Vaught and the president of the university, President Mueller, have for this program and for athletics here at Grand Canyon. And they're striving every day to help us accomplish it. And their vision and passion is what really brought me here.
Well, in Arizona, there's only 4 Division I's. There's Northern Arizona, obviously far away, and not far from you is Arizona State, which also just hired a new coach, and then Arizona, which has established 2 other big Pac-12 schools. And now Grand Canyon is coming on of late. You guys are in the transition from going from D2 to D1. And I've heard, I haven't been there, but I mean, I've just heard over, the last couple of years, the place is a potential gold mine because there's so many great opportunities. And not just volleyball, but in this case specifically, women's volleyball.
Yeah, the campus is continually being improved and developed. If you go back a couple of years and forward a couple of years, the university is investing an incredible amount of money in infrastructure and facilities, both academically, residential student life, and athletically. All the dorms are brand new. They got swimming pools in the dorms. We have a beautiful arena to play in. We're continually renovating practice facilities and things like that. So we have a great base that the university is building on, and we have a very vibrant student population. Our student body here is the majority of fans at events. At basketball games, we're getting 4,000 plus student fans, which it was something new and different. We're not relying on the community per se to fill the stands. Certainly they help bring a great deal to it, but the student really comes out. They support our athletes here. We have a great student section called the Havocs, and they come out and force every game, and they really energize and liven up the arenas. And as you said, I think Grand Canyon is in a state where we don't have a lot of Division I schools. We're in the last year of our transition. Next fall will be our last season as we transition into D1 and become tournament eligible. And I think it's a place that has really the potential to take off, which is why I'm here.
Yeah, you guys are in the Western Athletic Conference. New Mexico State's been up at the top, but there's a lot of other schools. I mean, I think realistically that you can look at and target and say, hey, I can leapfrog them if I recruit well and things go well.
Well, we are in the WAC, absolutely, and New Mexico State has had a good stranglehold on the conference, been in the mention of the conference champion the last, however many years. I do think it's a conference, though, that we can compete in and potentially do well in early. But as you know, in sports, any given day, you got to show up, you got to train your athletes, and you got to compete. We're certainly not afraid to play anyone. I've assembled a staff here who I'm really proud of. I've coached at some of the highest levels, and we think we know the game pretty well. But we also know that there's no such thing as a night off in any conference. Volleyball in this country is getting too good. So even the teams that are quote unquote softer targets are still able to beat anyone if you're not preparing and doing your due diligence.
And for anyone who wouldn't know it, the Grand Canyon the nickname is the Antelopes, but the Antelopes were 7-21 last year. Of course, if they were 21-7, they wouldn't have been looking for you. You got a roster. I think I have this right. Just a couple of seniors on next year's roster and a chance to, build it from the ground up. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, absolutely. We have 3 seniors next year. And then, we have some kids coming in that we're really excited about. And as you say, we're going to build it from the ground up. But the way the scholarships are kind of allocated and the way it is, I have a lot of room in the next couple of years to bring in a lot of players we're going to call them my players, if you will, but people we recruit. So we're really excited about that.
All right. You got a Mick Haley story you can tell me?
I got a lot of Mick Haley stories. I don't know if I really want to put them on the air, though. I will say one of my favorite stories with Mick is it's 2003. It's my first year working with Mick. We're in the NC2A tournament regionals. We're in Lincoln, It's a whiteout snowstorm. We got off the plane. It was -1. I didn't know such things existed. And we're watching the match that we had won our match already. So we're watching the second match, getting ready to play in the regional final. Winner goes to the Final Four. It's UCLA versus Nebraska, I believe. The match ends. The Bruins won. We're driving back to our hotel, and we're in this whiteout. And, you know, Mick was in Texas forever, so he says there's Texas road rules. And we're flying down the street in a whiteout, and I go, Mick, we're going the wrong direction. This is a one-way street. He's like, yeah, we'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Mick, this is a one-way street in a snowstorm. We really want to go the other way. But, you know, that just kind of sums up Mick and driving. You know, he doesn't believe he drives a car. He thinks he flies an F-16 jet.
That's a good place to end it. I'm excited about Grand Canyon. I'm excited for you. And, you know, Phoenix is a wonderful destination. And oddly enough, where I live in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, we have Cox Cable and CST, Cox Sports Television, which has a contract, oddly enough, with Grand Canyon. And I'm able to watch anytime I want Grand Canyon sports. So I got my eye on you, Tim Nollan.
I appreciate it. I hope you check us out. We are excited about our Cox TV deal. You know, we're trying to broadcast and get the word out, but hopefully you're going to be seeing a lot of us.